Hello there, Scorpio. Welcome back to Misfits of the Zodiac. My name is Ace. I am doing a winter solstice reading for you this month. I decided to go against the normal, December readings. There's a couple reasons for this. First and foremost, I was on a TV show for the last 4 months and we just wrapped. And I just needed some time to kind of recalibrate so that I could bring my full self to a reading, and the timing just didn't work out. And I was kind of feeling called to do a winter solstice reading anyway, so I went with it, and that's what we're doing. I also bought a special deck just for this reading. It is it's basically an oracle deck, and it is called Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. So Yule is the winter solstice for us witches, and it's basically, and for any pagans, it's basically the longest night of the year and the shortest day. So it's on or around December 20th or 21st, depending on the year. And it's the returning of the sun, if you will. So I felt inclined to... I've been feeling called to do something like this, and I went for it. I went with my instinct, and so far the readings have been really in-depth, and I really am glad that I took the time for myself, some time out, because I don't know that I could have brought the same energy to these readings if I hadn't have been able to. If you're interested about the TV show I was on, I can't mention what it is, but I will say that it starts in January, and it's a medical show, and it's in season 2. So if by those 3 things you figure it out, then you figured it out, but I can't say just yet because it's not out yet, and I can't even say what my role was. But if you happen to see me hanging out in the background, yeah, I hope it's a little extra Easter egg for you. But yeah, so that is my main job out here. That's how I make most of my money. I'm also a musician, but it's just was a crazy 4 months. It was like back-to-back 12-hour days, a lot of shooting going on, a lot of the filming was just very intense. So I needed to take some time to recalibrate and get some things done before I jump back in. We're not getting any more cards, so I kind of, as I say that, I feel like you got one more. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's pull a Yule card. But I'm glad to be back, guys. It's been a bit. It feels weird to be doing this again. I just needed some time. I needed some time to recalibrate. So thank you for your compassion and for any of the love that you had reaching out to me because you hadn't heard from me. Thank you for checking in on me. But I'm doing good. I'm back. I'm ready. Let's do this. Okay, so we have, your first card is the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like, I don't always get this from this card, but I feel like you're crossing some sort of finish line. And there's some sort of prosperity coming in. So this could just be you gearing up towards a winter break if you yourself are working and you get seasonal time off. I feel like this is you crossing the threshold into that seasonal time off. And it's going to be, you're excited obviously about it. And I think that you might also get a little extra money than you were expecting, either a bonus of some sort or maybe a gift from someone that's coming in for you that is extra generous in some way. Your next card is Nature, which is the Devil card in the normal tarot. It's talking about potential either to be trapped or set yourself free. I feel like there's something towards the end of this year that is going to come up that you're going to need to pay attention to. So in this depiction, this gentleman is setting this trap, not realizing there's a bear behind him. There's all these people behind him that are engaging in joyous activity, and he's very oblivious to what is behind him. He's too focused on the thing right in front of him. This is telling me that there's a potential that you could focus too much on one thing and miss the bigger picture, if that makes sense. I don't get a bad, creepy, scary vibe from this. I get more of the, you could miss out on an opportunity if you're too fixated on one thing. Okay. So, and this could be this opportunity that's coming in. It could be this Knight of Pentacles. There's an opportunity coming in and you could miss it if you're too focused on other things. So paying attention to your surroundings, paying attention to what's around you at the time is going to be really beneficial on or around the winter solstice. And this will be good for the first month leading into January, in case you were wondering. Your next card is the Seven of Wands. So this is all about you doing things your own way and it's working. Sometimes around this time of year, there are people that want you to do things the way that they do them. They're very specific about how things have to be done during the holidays for whatever reason. But I feel like this is calling on you to do things the way you want to do them, because they work for you and they make the most sense for you and they bring you the most joy. So don't get caught up in what other people are doing, because it's not really going to benefit you in any way. And if someone's trying to push their own agenda onto you, staying steadfast and continuing to just do things the way that you want to do them for yourself, creating your own traditions, creating your own ideas of what you want this season to be for you, is going to be really beneficial for you at this time. It also could bring a sense of healing, because you have the Star next. This could be a wish coming in for you towards the end of the year. This could just be you getting a sense of healing because you're just creating your own rituals for this time of year. I know for me, Christmas never really resonated with me. I'm no longer of that mindset. I'm open to other people that are, and I am very inclusive this time of year for different belief systems. But it just didn't do it for me. But Yule did. There's something about that holiday that makes the most sense for me. And I feel like this is it was very healing for me. And I feel like I'm being called to talk about that, because there's something that you're creating for yourself, whether it's a tradition or some sort of celebration that you feel inclined towards, that it's going to bring healing and a sense of what makes sense for you, and not getting caught up in what everyone else is doing, that is going to make you feel the most at peace. And I feel like this could be something that you're beginning this year and you're going to continue to do it in years coming. And I feel like, again, it's going to bring you a lot of healing, a lot of feeling seen, a lot of joy and excitement back into this time of year, if that makes sense. That being said, you have the Six of Chalices, which is usually a nostalgic card. This time tends to bring up a lot of nostalgia for people. I know it does for me, and potentially some pain. There is a lot of joy, a lot of remembering a lot of great things that have happened, and there's a lot of, potential traps of sorrow. Part of what this trap could be that we were talking about earlier, of like this setting the trap and focusing on that, is getting trapped in the nostalgia of it all and not looking at the future and what you could create and what traditions you could create for yourself that are unique to you. So be mindful. It's okay to look at the past. It's okay to, reflect. But I think focusing too much on that could be a trap at the end of this year. Okay. Your next card is the Page of Pentacles. So there could be something that you're working on that you have been wanting to see if you could make any extra money or income that could be coming in from this. It could be something you're really, really good at, but you've never been paid for it before, that you might be trying out and kind of testing the waters to see if that's something you want to actually go for in the new year. I think it's going to be a positive thing for you. And I feel like this is going to be something that whatever you gain from this, from trying this out, is going to help you a lot in the future, and you're going to get a lot of wisdom from testing it before you jump in full on, if that makes sense. Your next card is the Two of Athames. This is an interesting card. So this is sometimes needing to make a decision, but it also is talking about a truce, but it's an uncomfortable truce. These two people are kind of deciding to make do with what they have to, but they're not thrilled that they have to truce. They have to have a truce about them. They're not okay in some sense with the person that they're engaging with. There's some sort of either animosity or anger that's there. This time of year tends to bring up a lot of family issues, or usually more family issues than anything else. There could be a sense of being at the table with someone that you're not really fond of, but having to like grit your teeth and bear it. This is asking for you to do just that. Don't get caught up in the games that they're trying to play. If they're trying to poke the bear, if you will. We were talking about the bear earlier. That could be the trap. They're trying to push your buttons so that they'll get a reaction out of you. The more you can stay... I'm wondering if I should talk about this. Gray rock. I'm going to leave it at that. If you don't know what that is, maybe want to look that up. The more you can gray rock this person, the more beneficial it will be for you, and you won't trap yourself in this like emotional response that they're trying to get out of you, if that makes sense. If you look up gray rocking, for basics, it's just basically not giving someone your energy and giving the most straightforward, unemotional responses, because they're looking for that like juice. They're looking for you to have an emotional response, and when you don't give it to them, it kind of like takes the air out of their sail. So look into that if that makes sense for you. I'm feeling the need to talk about that because I feel like they're trying to set a trap for you, and you're just like, okay, sure, and moving on. Okay, so the more you can do that, the better you're going to feel, because you're not going to get stuck in that emotional trap that they're trying to set for you. And your last card is a great card. I feel like by the end of this year, you're going to feel very good. It's the Ten of Cups. This is a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a sense of camaraderie with like-minded others, a sense of this could be you and a significant other feeling a lot of love and a lot of joy with each other. Could be family, friends. There's also a little girl down here just kind of finding a lot of joy in what she's doing. She's kind of focused on her own thing and doing her own thing. And I feel like this, again, there's a lot of independence here. There's a lot of doing things your own way and not getting caught up in what other people want you to do and what other people are expecting of you. Those two things seem to come up a lot in this reading for you, and I feel like the more you can do things the way you want to do them, and not in a way of like, I'm not going to do anything that anyone else wants to do, or I'm not going to have any kind of wiggle room, not in that kind of way, but just not letting other people impose their own restrictions onto you and impose their own belief systems onto you. And the more that you can just do your own thing, the better you're going to be, and the better you're going to feel at the end of the year, if that makes sense. So you got 2 oracle cards for the end of this reading. You have Forest and you have Frost. So Forest says, "It is without question a place of mystery, whispers of power you've forgotten. Let thy strength crawl from beneath the ground and remind you, dear child, you are magic." I feel like this is you just finding your own way, figuring things out for yourself, not letting other people impose themselves onto you, and it's going to work to your benefit. And your last card is Frost. Ice cold, melting in time, a frozen glance at what lies behind, what lies ahead, what lies within, and the chilling frost of thy undead. Again, if you're dealing with any sorts of feelings from or like emotional residue for this time of year, I think just finding ways to find your own joy and find your own peace is going to help heal a lot of any sort of pain that's coming up at this time of year. And I feel like it's going to help you kind of de-thaw and allow you to move through the energies and not freeze up at the first sign of pain that's coming. Moving through the energy is going to be more beneficial, and it's going to help you to heal anything that's coming up for you, especially when it relates to family members potentially for you specifically. So I hope this helped. Our candle's going out. That's ironic as we're talking about thawing. So I hope this helped. If you enjoyed this reading, I would love to hear from you in the comments, or get a like, share, subscribe. There it goes. And I will probably see you in the new year. I don't foresee myself doing any more readings for this year. I kind of needed to take a little bit of a break before I start. The new year, I cannot believe it. We did it, guys. But I'd love to have you come back as a misfit, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.